What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Today, we are going to be going over my most commonly asked question, and it is, Keith, how do I collect money on in my Profit Lifter account? How do I charge clients? So today, that is what we are going to dive into. And this is an Ask Me Anything, meaning that if you are here, you've got questions on your Profit Lifter account, you want to know how things work, you want to see it in action, let me know, throw it in the comments, and I will answer it for you live. Make sure that you have everything that you need. But today, I'm going to show you like all these different ways that you can collect money through your Profit Lifter account. Now, collecting money is one of the most important things you can do as a business owner, because if you're not collecting money, you're not winning. So we want to make sure you're collecting money. I want to show you all the different ways, and you are going to be amazed with how many different options there are for collecting money inside of your Profit Lifter account. So let's just hop right in here. And again, guys, this isn't Ask Me Anything. This is live. So if you have questions, throw them in there. What's up, Mike South from the STL? Hope you're doing well on the other side of Missouri. It is still kind of well, it's actually kind of nice out today. We're getting some fall weather, and it's beautiful. Okay, so we've got our screen shared, and we're going to hop in here, and we're going to start going through all the different ways that we can collect money, and you can take payments with your Profit Lifter account. Now, guys, the goal of today is I want to just spark some creativity inside of you, just show you some different ways that will let you work with clients kind of instantly on demand. What's up, Jamie? Glad you are here today, Mr. Goodfella. Hope you're having an amazing Friday, and hope you have a great weekend. But today I want to show you all these different ways, because as you know, when you're running a business, you always run into these different caveats. Like, well, how do I collect? What if somebody wants this? What if they want this? What if what if I run into this scenario? There's always these different ways. And so the more ways that you know how to collect money from your clients, the more opportunities it gives you for success. So we're going to start over here in the payments tab, because this is really going to break down kind of our big overarching direction that we're going to be going. But then from there, I'm just going to show you like all the little caveats that you may not know in the system, show you different ways that you can structure forms, all of that fun stuff that goes along with it. So first off, inside of the payments tab, you got some of your traditional things. You've got your invoices here that you can send out. You've got recurring invoices that you could set up that will automatically send out. The thing that I love about this system is that the invoice templates. If you like collecting money through invoices, the reason that I like this is it gives you that ability that you can come in here and just kind of build out your invoice the way that you want it. Meaning that if you've got additional notes, additional terms down here at the bottom that you want to put in, you could do that. You can add discounts in here. You can add tax if you have to collect tax. It'll let you select your products, put them in here, like all sorts of stuff that you're going to be able to do with. And this is really if there's something that you know that you're going to send an invoice out for, that's where that template's really going to come in handy for you on that invoice. Now, just to the right of that, and the documents and contracts, there are some additional updates, or there are some additional almost functionality. So when you get into the documents and contracts side in the payments here, this doesn't necessarily directly relate to collecting money. This would be more about like if you have contracts that need to be signed. Now, when you're doing this, again, like for me, I would always have this set up as a template, because this is something I'm gonna, like, if I'm going to have them sign a contract and we're going to send it out, like it's something that's always going to need to be done. So with that, you can also set up your templates. Now, the templates that are in here, you notice when we click new, there it gives you. Man, I rushed right past that. let me just hop back here real quick to show you. So when you're creating new, it's going to give you two different options while you're getting started here. The first one is just going to be to start from scratch. So we'll hop back in here. First one's going to be a new template that you start from scratch. You just go in there and basically just start building it, start loading your content. The other one is to upload a PDF. And your PDFs are files that are supported for these are going to be just like if you've got a PDF of a contract that you need to use, you can put it in there. And the nice thing is, even with the PDFs, I don't know if I have an example. Let me see if I've got something here. Yeah, I don't think I have anything good. So I'm just going to show you real quick. Um, Epsom, and we're just going to paste this all over the place here. I know this doesn't look great, but I want to show you this just for the sake of what this could actually do. And then we're going to download as PDF. Normally I wouldn't care, but this I want to show you actually what this looks like. So that way, like when you're hopping in here, if you want to have a document, you want to have a contract, you can see kind of the two different ways. So our first one, this new template. Hey Kim, happy Friday! Glad you are here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Hope you have a great weekend. So while we're in these documents contracts, we've got the first one. Next, we're just gonna upload this as a PDF. So we're going to come here. We're going to grab this lorem ipsum one right here and click upload. And I'm going to show you this process because the beauty of this, the beauty of these document and contract templates is even if you've got even if there's things that need to be changed, things that need to be added, it's going to give you that ability to go in and create fillable forms. So you can see this is our stupid doc that we just threw together here. I didn't even spell the mock-up words right. But the thing that I really like is that you can still add signature fields in here. You can come in here and add a text field, meaning that if you need them to fill out something, like you need their company name, you can put this in here. You can map out basically everything that you need. So if you want them to initial at the bottom of every page, you can set that up. You can see it just basically gives you everything. This is actually new. But it's really cool. It's a contract or a checkbox. So if you've got different things that like if you want to, I don't know why it's connecting them like that. But if you've got like if you want to take your checkboxes and say I agree, you can set that up right there so that it's just nice and easy. And the other thing that you could do with this now, the difference between using like having it embedded or using a PDF. Obviously, like the PDF, the content's already just set in stone. Like it's not going to go anywhere. There's not anything that you're going to be able to do with it. You just have to move all the fields around it. But like as you can see, it gives you the ability to have your signatures. You can even come in here and still add a product list. Move this down a little bit. Might have to put that on. Yeah, let's just add that to a different page. And the beauty of it is you can add different pages, move things around in here as well, a little bit to some degree. Again, with a PDF, you're a little bit restricted. But the nice thing is, like with your contract you can actually you can select your product and put your pricing right here, select your price, and it will show up right there. And if it's something that you know you're going to offer a discount on, or if it's something that you're advertising, like, oh, act now, get $500 off, you can come in here and go, okay, we're going to just mark it off at $500 off. And cannot be less than, yeah, it is. So you can see you can add that discount and it'll put it right there. So that way, when you're sending out this template, you'll always have that discount there. And the beauty of it, let me just show you what this looks like. So what we were doing here is setting up the contract. Now, now you can see right up top here, there is a use contract. But I want to show you both of these different ways that we can use this. And let the machine do what it does. So from here, you can click these three buttons, and then right over here on the right, you'll see it says use template. So we're going to use this first PDF template that we created just as a mock-up so you can see how it all works here. But you notice how it changed everything to green, meaning that these are where people are going to sign it. Now, from here, this is where you would be able to come in and select your client. So I'm going to select Test Dummy because Test Dummy needs this for whatever reason. Now you see how these colors change to purple, and excuse me, and the Test Dummy is purple as well. This is just implying and showing you that that this is assigned to this specific person. Now, The other thing that you could do is you can actually set a signing order, meaning that if there is somebody else that needs to sign it. So let's say Brett. Brett needs to sign it as well. And I want to change the order and I want Brett to sign it before Test Dummy, then I'm going to swap it up there. And then all you have to do is hit save and it will save the contract for you. And then when you're ready, all you do is hit send. It will send the contract to them. It'll send the notification and then they'll be able to click it, come in here, sign, do all their stuff. This is a legal e-signature. Let me say that again. This is a legal e-signature. This is an e-sign agreement, meaning that they have electronically signed. You're capturing all their information that you need for it to be a legally compliant e-signature, meaning that if you need a signature, this is the fastest and easiest way to do it. Now, we're going to stay right here for just a minute because I want to show you how you can effectively use this and some really cool tactics to be able to implement this. Now, now you can see under our documents contracts next, it shows you what's in draft, what's been sent. If it's been sent out, you'll see a list of waiting for others, and you'll see a list of completed, which is just really handy of being able to keep track of where your money is, which is an important part as well. All right. So next, before I show you the automation side, let me show you the other template. What this looks like if you're going to write this out. And so with this, I need something. Let's ask Chat GPT. Create me a quick contract for software services. I know there's not like Chat GPT. Again, this just is a template. I got bored with the lorem ipsum, so we're gonna let Chat GPT do this. Guys, while this is all loading and doing what it does, got some beginning of October. Can't wait to show you guys. One thing that we are working on aggressively right now, actually, is we found a way to we have found a way to add an AI content creator to your Profit Lifter account. So we're actually going to be working on adding that. That way, anytime you or your team needs to write something, you'll have it right there in your Profit Lifter account that you can just go in there and do it. Really handy way of keeping everybody on the same page. All right, so from here, you can see I just copied and pasted our contract in here. The beauty of this, of doing it this way, is that if you want to have fun with this, you can actually do a lot of really cool things, meaning that like you can come in and you can grab images that you've already loaded are going to be in there, or you can just upload new ones if you want. It just gives you a lot of control over it. Or something that I've always thought that I think would be just incredibly dynamic. You can actually put a video on here as well, meaning that if you've got a document, if you're doing a presentation, let's say you're selling fundability software, $5,000, and you've really got to sell it. Like you got to be out there pitching this hard. This would be a great way to have a video on here. So when they go, it plays the video and then it just walks them through the agreement. So it just adds that a whole nother level of just being able to correspond and capture people and move them through that process. Now you'll see up here on this video function is going to be a little bit different than inside of the builder, because one thing that you're going to find about Go High Level, like the more that you'll work in it, you'll notice that some of the features that are in here are a little bit disjointed, because what happens with it is that like they built the initial foundation, they built the framework, and then from there they went in and started adding all these other kind of modules to it to increase the functionality. And so like this invoice, this document system is one of those. But like for this, I'd probably just do like an unlisted YouTube video, throw it in there, and it'd be good. But if you have Vidyard, Loom, you notice it even has Loom. That's awesome. That's actually a new addition because for me, that's like I use Loom like it's going out of style. So this is actually a really cool thing. So I'm just going to grab one of my Loom videos here. And I'm just going to show you. So paste it right there. There you go. So now when they show up here, now they've got the video, they've got all this content. Like, I love this. I think this is just such a classy way of being able to engage with clients if you're having them sign contracts. That professionalism of like, hey, here's what we're doing, here's the process, here's walkthrough, here's how it works. Yeah, Kim, Loom it's a game changer. I love Loom. It has saved me so much time. That is one of my essential softwares that I will always have is Loom, just because it saves you so much time and makes recording videos a snap. Okay, some of the other things that you can do in here: videos, page breaks, product lists, a table. If you've got like different services you want to break out, you can just create a whole table in here as well. And then you've got your signature, your text fields, same thing. The thing that I like about this is that with the text fields, it gives you that ability that if you're in here, you're like, I need this text field to be right here. You can actually just come in and create the space and then customize this so that it fits what you want to do with it. Very helpful, very, very nice, classy, easy, professional way to send out invoices and to send contracts to people. And again, it's got the same functions where you can put the pricing, the product list at the bottom. You can signatures, your initials, the dates, checkboxes, all that stuff is still right there, still ready to rock and roll and do. So definitely something that if you're collecting invoices, if you're sending out contracts and invoices, it's definitely a good way to go. And now, where I always recommend that you would use for me, like if I'm selling something that's maybe I'm gonna say the $2,000 mark. And the reason I say the 2,000, if I'm selling something over $2,000, at that point I'm gonna want to have them sign a contract and go about it that way. The reason that I like that is because, like with a lot of merchant accounts, and especially like with Stripe, when you start getting above the $2,000 mark, the chargebacks start getting like a lot more intense. Like it just there's processes that are involved with that that you want to be careful of. But the other side is that that a lot of the banks will not approve credit transactions over $2,000. So that's where like having a documented process, a contract process, I find usually eliminates that apprehension from clients. Okay, so kind of covered the documents and invoices. There's one other thing I want to show you here before I jump in the automation. So we're gonna click right over here to settings because I want you to see this. The thing that I love, another thing that I love in here is that it gives you the ability to kind of automate and like a lot of the stuff that you're going to do. So like if you have to collect sales tax, if it's a product a taxable product, you can come in here, manage your tax rates. You can enable automatic tax rates, which is really cool feature to have if that's something that you need. All sorts of stuff there. Notifications. There's an email template. Notice this is an abandoned cart. You could actually come into your, you can create a template for an abandoned cart to send to the customer if they leave the checkout. So just great follow-up, just automatically built in here that I think is just very helpful. Shipping and delivery, if you're doing drop shipping, anything like that, we'll show you the origins, show you all of that. So a lot of really cool ways to automate and make this work for you. The other thing is inside of your, I believe it's under your templates here. All right, yeah, so under your templates, if you go, let's hold on one second. What I'm looking for is, let's see. They have there is a function in here that will actually allow you to send the invoice immediately after the contract has been signed, and that's what I'm looking for. So with the documents and contracts, this is going to be a little bit different than your traditional it's not going to collect the payment immediately. They'll sign the document, and then it will send them an invoice. Is it here? Ah, here we go. Under documents and contracts, down here. So sorry, I zipped right through that. Documents and contracts, we're going to go to the settings up here on the top right, and then product invoices. So you can send invoice automatically after document completion, meaning it's going to automatically send out that invoice after they've signed it. So I think that's just a really, really slick way of being able to automate that process. Now, the next thing that you want to think about with this, and again, this is just one way to collect money. We've still got several more that we're going to go through. But the invoices seems to be the one that I'm asked the most about. So we're going to spend some time here. Next, I'm going to show you this automation to start from scratch. So the next thing that the other thing that you can do is you can automate the delivery of that document or contract with whatever trigger you want. So let's say that you want to use, let's do this. We're going to do pipeline stage change. And so with this, we're going to say it's in our sales pipeline. And we're going to go pipeline stage is consultation complete. And I'm just kind of grabbing one here. And then from here, document. Now, under the actions, we're gonna come down here to send documents and contract. And then from this, you can make it from the user, whatever user that you have in here. And then next, it's going to let you select your template. So let's say the new template that we just created. So now what this means is that just by creating this right here, we now have this set that when somebody in your sales pipeline gets drug over to the consultation complete, they will automatically email them this contract. And then again, after they sign the contract, we set it up that it will automatically send them the invoice. So now you have automated your invoice process. Some of the other triggers that you could use that I think would be helpful would be like a contact tag. Having that in there, I think would be a nice and easy way to be able to automate that as well. But as you can see, it's really simple process. It's very straightforward. Just nice, easy way of being able to send contracts out. Okay, so that's all so that covers your invoices and documents. Any questions about that side as we're going through, guys? If there's anything that you could think of, let me know. Luis asks, is there a major difference that you have seen with Loom over Vidyard? Oh, yeah, this is actually about Loom. Great question, Luis. The major difference, I've used Loom for so long that I find that just having these little, having the copy and paste on there is great. The other thing that I like about it is that, like, for what we do, we're able to, we do a lot with just like showing people like how things work. And so like having the ability to have the comments on there works out great. And honestly, I can't really compare Vidyard and Loom because I've been using Loom for so long that it's just kind of second nature for me. I didn't even know Vidyard actually did the screen share, like the screen capture like that. But yeah, yeah, that's my take on that. Like I said, I'm just a huge Loom fan, but I've used Loom for a long time. All right, so next up inside of here, when you look at orders, these are going to be orders that have happened. The other thing that's really nice is if you have like a two-step order form or you have the invoice that people can go in and sign, it's going to show you you can actually start collecting abandoned checkouts, meaning that you can trigger automations based off of somebody completing the first half of a two-step form, but not the second half, which I love. Very, very helpful way. This also works incredibly well for if you're running like an e-commerce shop, because I'll show you that here in just a minute as well. So if you ever want to automate your follow-up for people who go to your website, go to the checkout form, but don't complete, That's actually this abandoned checkouts is where that is. Subscriptions is going to be a list of just all the people that are paying you, all of your subscriptions right there. All right, the next way to collect money, because this is what we're talking about here, your payment links. Payment links are really handy ways of being able to quickly collect money from people. And this works really well in like emails. This works incredibly well over text message as well. This isn't going to let me create one because I don't actually have a product. So yeah, I don't have a. This is a demo account, so I don't have a merchant set up. But you can see under here, you would select first off, you would select your product. Require customers to add a phone number if you want that, collect their addresses, allow coupon codes. Always a huge fan of coupon codes. I'll show you why here in just a second. And then if you want, you can allow the clients to select their quantity if they're buying more, and you can put like between 1 and 100, 1,000, however much you want with that. And then call to action, you can change that, pay, book, or donate. So excuse me. So we're going to just leave that for, we're just going to leave that now. And then branding down here, you see powered by demo CS. This would actually be your company name down here. And then the last one, like I would probably include terms and services. I definitely want them to click that. Then you can see like it's got the terms and services right down there that show at the bottom. Just handy, nice little way. So like down here, I'd probably put like privacy policy, terms and conditions, and privacy policy. And then from here, like come in here and just hyperlink it. So this is one you would have to know. So like your terms and conditions should always be at your domain / terms. And then action, we're going to have it. I always like having this open in a new window. The reason that you want this to open in a new window is if it opens in the same window, the likelihood of them coming back to your checkout form greatly drops down. If it's already open, it helps a lot more. So your privacy policy is going to be the same thing. So that's always going to be privacy / policy, unless you change it and select it to new window. And you can see now down there at the bottom, it just has terms and conditions and privacy policy. That way, you're just disclosing to them everything that needs to be done. If they want to see that, just to build that trust, you can do that. And you click save. And again, I don't have a product or price, so it's not going to allow it to save it. But with these links, the beauty of these payment links is that when you go into an account, like down here, you see this little tiny money sign right down here at the bottom. You may not be able to see it because I think it's showing, but this little dollar sign at the bottom, you can request payment, and then from, oh, actually, that's not even your payment link. That changed too. That's actually a new way to collect money. Let's see where it is. Insert template, request payment. Okay. Well, with the payment link, what that's going to do is you can actually copy the link and paste it here. You can text it to them. You can email it to them. However you want to go about that. Yeah, it gives you that ability. So the text links are really a handy way. Sorry, this actually just kind of threw me for a loop because I wasn't expecting it to have a different have something different. But let's put it this way: we're here. It's another way of collecting money, so we're already right here. So if you hit the money sign down here, request payment, you can actually put in a name. You can say, let's just say coaching and $250 because I like charging $250 an hour. You can set your payment mode. I don't know why you would do that unless you're just testing it. And then the invoice due date. And then we're going to copy link and mark it sent. And then you see there it says, "Hi, test. Here's the payment link," and then it gives you the payment link. Complete your payment of $250, and then it has that would actually be your company name that's sent there, and that would be how that would be sent out. And then you can see over here it shows you view invoice, and it will actually pull up the invoice over here for you. Nice and easy peasy. Nice clean way. Now, so that's 3 ways that I've showed you how to collect money. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is while you are in the contact record, you can actually collect a manual payment as well right here. So on the top right where the dollar sign is, where it says payments, if you click payments, it's going to give you a couple different things. One, it's going to show you all the transactions that have happened with your clients. So that way you can see like how much they paid, if there's ever a discrepancy or just a conversation needs to be had, you can have it right there. So you can see all the transactions, the subscription invoices. You can see down here that invoice that we had sent out is it's there and it's due in 4 days. But the other thing that you can do, you can add a card on file here for your clients. I don't have a payment gateway, so I was not going to do that. But the other thing that you can do is you can collect a manual payment and charge now. And so, like, if you've got them on the phone and they're like, "Hey, I'll pay you $500 if you can get this done right now," you're like, "Bet, here, $500." And then you type in your description, "Better pay me." Your payment integration would obviously be right there. And then this again, test in live mode. Then all you have to do is hit confirm charge, and it will excuse me, it will automatically charge them for the card that they have on file. Now, when your payment gateway is set up, you'll actually see all the payment options. So if they've got, let's say they've got 3 or 4 different cards that are all here under the payment integration to integrate your payment. This would show you all the different cards that you have on file for them, so that you could just say, "Oh, do you want to use card ending in 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever that comes down to?" And again, if they don't have it, that if they want to use a different card, they're like, "Oh, let's use a different card." Now you can come in, add a card on file, fill out all their information, hit add card, and then you would come back up here and hit charge now. Now, one thing that you want to be very careful of with when you're doing all these different payment options is before you jump in and just start sending out money and sending out everything, you want to make sure that like if you're doing a manual payment like this, what gets hard about this is the manual payments will make it so that it's not necessarily going to trigger all of your automation. So if you have an automation that's tied to a specific product being sold, doing a manual payment like that isn't going to tie it to a specific product, meaning it's not going to trigger the automations. So one thing that you always want to be thinking about with this is, if I run a payment, what happens next? And guys, that is just the golden rule for automation. And I actually learned this from a software developer. In an earlier life, I was sitting down helping to create some software. We would sit down with the developer, and he would say two words every time he finished something, or anytime somebody would suggest something. He would say, "What's next?" And like that, just that process got embedded in me going through that. And so anytime you're running a payment, anytime you're thinking about using something in your CRM, or any automation for that point, or any software, you want to think, after I do this, what happens next? Like, what's supposed to happen? Is this going to trigger properly? Is this going to go to where it needs to go and set up how it needs to be set up? But again, for your one-off scenarios, for like if you're doing something above and beyond and you're charging something extra, I think this would be a great way to collect money from people, is right here. So, all right, that's 3 ways that we've gone over to collect money. We've got invoices, I'm sorry, 4 ways. We've got invoices, we've got the payment links, we've got your request payment down here at the bottom, we've got your manual payments in the contact record up here at the top right. And there are still more, so we're going to jump into those now. Next, let's talk about the one that we all know that you're all using, that you should have just pretty much built on your, which is going to be built in your CRM for you, and that is going to be the order forms. With the order forms, there are a couple different ways that we can go about this. We're gonna edit this. We're gonna put this in edit mode so I can show you. So when you're looking at your payment forms, this is gonna be how you create like landing pages. This is gonna be how this is kind of the traditional way of collecting payments online. And this 2-step order form, there's some really cool features in here, which is why I like using this. But the first thing that one of the things that you'll notice is that you can enable a cart mode in here, meaning that people can set up a cart and they can see everything. You can add your product descriptions. But this one right here, this enable bump order, this is actually a really cool feature. I don't have any products. Test. So what this does, let me see. I think I've got it. Yeah, let me show you. I can show you on our pricing page because we have this set up. So they go through tester, test at test.com, 5555551, 23 May, United States. Sorry, I have to go through the steps here. All right. So now you can see, like, what we did is we took our websites, that we offer, and we actually put these in here to add as bump orders. Meaning, this is actually something that will go on top of their subscription. Meaning that if they have, so let's say you've got your core product. So, like for us, our core product is the CRM. But there are also additional products that we add on top of that, like a Jumpstart site or an Engage site, or all these different websites that we have, and all these websites that we're building. So they can come in here and go, oh, I want a website with that. So now when they go to and say, oh, okay, well now it's going to be $1,000 down, then it's going to charge me, and then it's also going to charge me after my 7 trial for my monthly access fee. So these bump orders, I think, are always a great way if you've got add-ons, if you've got stuff that goes on top of your normal products. I think this is a great way to put that in. Now, some creative ways that I've seen this work that I think are really helpful is these, like this bump product is not recurring. This is just one time. These are one-time purchases for us. These aren't recurring, but if you've got, like, let's say you've got different levels of service, at that point, I would think about, like, what if you just put your core product, your core pricing in there as the one product, and then from there, the nice thing about that is that you can actually have it auto select that, I believe. Oh yeah, we do that over here. When you have your product set up, you can actually set it up. Well, let's just hop over to the Profit Lifter site. I'm going to show you actually on our website what this looks like. Okay, so this is under our pricing page. So if we go under our products here on the pricing page, and guys, again, one thing to know is that anytime you're building out your products, if you want to collect money on it, excuse me, if you want to collect money on it, you've got to put the product on the page. So what I just did here is I went to the products that are all going to tie to this form. And I forgot what I was showing you with this. Man, I just lost my train of thought. I got back here and I got all excited. But like, as you can see, you can, like, add your products back here. You can basically set up however you want that to be set up. Put your add-ons on there. But then from there, now you can have, like, your primary thing, your primary product service that you sell. But then you can add these as add-ons. So, like, let's say you're charging $300 a month here. And then you want to have an add-on that, like, hey, for an extra 200, you can get X and Y. Now you can come in and create that bump product so that they still are always purchasing here. This is what I was looking for. I remember. So under your products, under your products here, you can show, okay, you can allow for multiple products there. And now, see, I'm making myself a liar. There is a way to set up so that it automatically collects with that. I'm gonna have to think through that a little. I'll have to find that and come back to it. or I'll spend a lot of time looking for something that's not there. Um, but again, like with this two-step order form, I think this is a great way. Well, I know this is a great way to enable bump orders, collect more money at checkout, get those impulse purchases. And then the other thing is that with this, you can you could see back here in our products. So if we look at our product, this would be a great place that, like, if you've got different versions, you could have a, sorry, let me catch up with my thought process here. When you're putting this in here, you notice how it says headline and it says OTO headline, OTO text. This is a one-time offer headline and a one-time offer text over here, meaning that if you want to get really aggressive on collecting money, when you're creating your products, you set up a one-time offer product that is a discount. Then at that point, you can put normally $300. And then that way it would show what the, I'm not going to put that on there because it'll mess up it'll mess up our forms. But that way it will actually show you like what it looks like, how it all fits together. And or it'll show the discounted price, and then that product's only available when they check out, which I think is great, because then with your content over here on the one-time offer text, you can be limited time, only available when if you order now, and you can get those impulse purchases for people who were looking at it and thought, oh, I'll come back, maybe I'll come back and get that later. If you showed them that, like, look, this is a one-time offer, I'm going to discount it for you with this one-time offer, that just, it helps to reinforce the sale with them and gets them excited about that. Oh, the other thing that I was going to show you on here, because believe it or not, we still got about 3 or 4 other ways that you can collect money that we need to cover outside of this. So the other thing that you can look at with this is the 2-step order form, but you also have like a 1-step order form if you want something a little more streamlined. If you like just having it all on one page, you could do that there. The reason that I like this 2-step order form is I like being able to collect their information on step 1 and then collect that and keep it there. So that way I know if somebody has come through the process, that where they're at in that process. So just some tips, some ideas to think through when you're looking at creating your landing pages for collecting money, or embedding it on your website, whichever way you want to go with that. All right, let me switch accounts here. Now, the next thing that we're going to get into is I'm going to show you a little more traditional way. For those of you guys who have collected payments on a website before, this is kind of the old school way of how we used to have to do it way back in the days of building on WordPress and having to figure out how to make things work. But you can, if you want, you can actually just select a form. And so with this form, this is it's going to be just regular basic form here. And then from there, you can come in and you can sell products, or you can just collect payments. And this is going to take us down a rabbit hole here in a little bit, but that's okay. It'll be a good rabbit hole. But I'll show you some other ways that you can make this work. So, but basically, you come in here. I don't have a product set up. But when you have your product set up, it will show right down here under sell products. And then you can connect it. You can see it's trying to get me to integrate my merchant account there, since I haven't yet. But you can populate your product in here, and then that way, as they're filling out the form, they can just come through here and just purchase right on your form. So that is so we went through invoices. We've gone through we've gone through invoices and contracts, pay links, the pay button at the bottom of the contact record, the manual payment at the top of the contact record. We talked about the 2-step and 1-step order form. I'm just gonna make those the same. So we're gonna call that 5. Having it just on a standalone form, that's number 6. So let me show you number 7. Let me show you the number 7 way. And guys, as you can see, we're flying through these because I'm kind of running out of time here. But each of these, again, anytime you do something like this, you always want to think what's next. Make sure you're tying it into your automations. Make sure you're tying it into your like client notification, things like that. But with a lot of these, if your automation sequences are tied to your products, that will bypass a lot of having to go through and recode things or set them up in the back. Okay, what's next? How else, Keith? How else can we collect money? 7 ways isn't enough. All right, well, let me see if we can make this a nice round 10 number for you. All right, so next, let's look at calendars. Yes, you can collect money on calendars now, meaning that if you've got a paid consultation, if you've got a paid coaching service, if you've got anything like that, you can actually come in here and monetize it. So we're just going to grab one that we already have because we're in a demo account anyway, it doesn't matter. When you click edit, you'll see forms and payments down here. Now the form, this is going to be all the forms that you have built out. So like if you have a specific form that you need to collect certain information from them, you'll be able to do that. But then down here at the bottom, you're going to be able to click accept payments. It's only going to work if your payments are integrated. Mine's not. So you will collect that, and then it will let you select your products. It will handle all that side as well. And then at that point, I think I actually have one of these. Let me see if I can find it. I actually have one of these that has a payment link on it. I think it's this one. Yeah. So you can see a strategy session with Keith, 50 minutes, total amount $250, schedule one-on-one appointment. And then from there, it connects with the calendar. I don't think my calendar is connected on this one. But when they fill out the form that's it is. Look at that. So you can see it's going to collect their information. And then right down here, before it'll let them schedule a meeting, it's going to make them pay. Meaning that now you can collect money when you're doing an appointment. I think this is a great tool for like business coaching. If you're doing stuff where you're like, hey, I'll consult with you for X dollars per hour. This is a great way of being able to automate that and just have that available so that they can check out in order to that they can pay to meet with you. I think it's a great way of doing that. So that's number 8. Is that right? Is that our count so far? I kind of lost count here. So collecting payments on your calendars is another way. Okay. I think we may be coming close. I think we may be out of ways. I think we may get stuck at 9. We may not have a full 10 ways yet, but that's all right. I mean, 9 ways of collecting money is a great way to monetize your process. So last one that we're going to look at here is actually under your courses. This is a great way that you can actually come in and monetize your paid courses. So if you've got like all these different things that you want to use, you can come in here and let's say we're going to create an offer, and we'll put paid membership. I don't have any other reason to put that in there. So I'm just going to put the Snap-on libraries and type. You can set this to recurring, and let's say it's $300 a month. We'll do it monthly billing, whatever it is. 300 is a lot for a product. You can put a trial in here. You can put number of payments, like how many payments. You can leave that blank. If there's no setup fee, you can take that. Price text override if you want to like change the name up, anything like that. And then all you have to do is hit create, and then it will actually create you a landing page for this. So I'm just going to grab this link right here. So now when they come here to their offer, this will show them. There you go. So you can see, excuse me, this one's free. If it wasn't free, it would have the price there, and then they would still have to opt in, but then it would actually collect their payment information. And then when they proceed to check out, then they would check out, and that's the other way of collecting money. All right, so let's do a recap here, guys. We're at the end of the live, and you guys have been amazing, very helpful with helping me think through things and working with me. But let's just do a quick recap. So ways that you can collect payments: number one, invoices; number two, payment links; number three, you can set it up with your two-step order form or your regular order form and set it up that way and collect money that way. So what? That's one, two, three. That's number three. Let's go into our contact record. So in our contact now we have. Let's go back to one that's not live. So next, in your contact record, you can actually come down and you can send a request for money right from your conversation tab in here. So that's number four. Number five, you can collect manual payments right here on their contact record. That's number five. Number six, you can create a form and collect money with a form and embed it anywhere you want. So number six. Number seven, you can create a calendar that collects money. That's number seven. And then number eight, we've got our membership area. Is that it? So we've got our two up there. Man, sorry guys, I lost count. My ADHD started racing while I was going through this. So 8, 9 ways, whatever the count is, you get it. There's a ton of different ways. So this helps you think through. You can be collecting money with clients, different ways that you can charge people, and different ways that you can work. So that's all we're going to cover on that side today, guys. Now, before we hop off of here, one last thing that we're going to cover here that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some stuff that we're going to be doing next week. So next week, guys, we are going to be working on cleaning up the inside of your Profit Lifter account. And so what this means is we're going to be working on like changing colors. We're going to be updating our menus. We're going to be making it just a little more user friendly for you. So that way, as like you're using the system, it just becomes a little more intuitive and help you find what you need to find, where you need to find it. While we're doing that, I'm actually going to have you guys join me live, and we're going to plan on doing this next Friday, so that way we can launch it over the weekend. But while we're going through this, I want you guys to be with me next Friday as we do this, so you can give me feedback on like what you want to see, what you want the menus to look like, different colors that we're going to be implementing, some different functions on that side. This is purely a cosmetic. This is purely a cosmetic thing. But the other side is I think it's going to help the functionality with having with the menus, things like that. So it's going to be a little easier to navigate around your Profit Lifter account. It's going to look a little cleaner, look a little sharper. But these are all things that we're rolling out for our big our version 2.0, since we're going into year 2 with Profit Lifter. So that's something that we're pushing live for October 1st. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you all have an amazing weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you guys make a million over the weekend. And if you need anything, just message